Hi, I'm Alan SoCal. I'm reviewing an item that, as I have with the previous item I reviewed, this is also an item I use almost every day in my recording area. I'm reviewing the JHTC brand. This is their NP-F series battery set with charger. It's actually the NP-F550, which, as you probably know, is one of the smaller batteries. But whether it's a 550, a 750, 970, whatever, all of these batteries are definitely useful. The difference in battery and charger sets, and I should add, I'm actually staring off camera at a toolbox that's dedicated to the NP-F series batteries. I've got like 10 toolboxes for my video work and some photography, but primarily video. I go through lots of NP-F series batteries. All of my panel lights running are NP-F powered. I do have some that are other than battery power, but and ring lights. But for the most part, even when I'm out in the field, I find battery power just eliminates cabling. I'm doing usually short run recordings, so I'm not too worried about losing batteries, but even if I do, I've got backup. So let's get back to the JHTC. Not much to say here, but what I do have to say I feel is worthwhile. I have a lot of experience with these chargers. Some chargers are just red light, green light. I call them stop sign indicators. They don't really tell you how far along you are in charging. It's either there, fully charged, or it's still in process. This particular charger, and the reason I brought this in for review, number one, the price, $32, so you're looking at $16 per battery, which includes the charging unit. That's a very good price. So based just on that alone, I felt it was a good value. But then the other thing that caught my eye is that it did have a 4-bar indicator. So what I wanted to do is to give you a closer look at the product, and we're going to do that right now. I'm going to, for the first time, plug in the charger, put the batteries in, stop this carousel from turning, and let's take a look at the charging function. Okay, then let's take a closer look. Specific to this charger, when I plugged it in, I didn't see the blue backlight, which concerned me. All I saw was the just the LCD element, and I could barely see it. So let me just plug the power back in. I'm powering this with its only input, which I'm going to add. The other thing I noticed, it's a USB mini. It's not the C, the Type C. It's the previous generation. It would have been nice if it was a C, because we're all moving over to USB-C. But anyway, when I plug it in, now I see the backlight for a period and then it vanishes. I'm presuming that's because we're not charging anything. I also, when I tried to see, and right now there is an LCD, let me bring this in for you. I don't know if it's going to show up. Right in this area here, I'm hoping my camera picks up and focuses. Right here is the LCD display. Let's take the batteries and let me just push these into the charger. I hope the charger stays here. And there we go. There is the blue backlight that we wanted. And you should be able to see the blinking. Let me bring this in even closer. Although I don't have the altitude on this tripod, I think you should be able to see it. I'll find out as soon, of course, as I download this review video. Let me put the other battery in, push it in. Typical for these types of chargers for the NP-F series. Usually the two pins have to locate into the battery coming from the charger. Let me just add that this charger does tell you which battery is coming up to what level of charge. This is channel 1 closest to the display, and then the battery below it is channel 2. And when I went and looked at the display after I started disassembling it, I realized that the display actually indicates channel 1 and channel 2. So again, that's why I like this charger. It shows the progressive charge by bars, and now that I looked at it straight on, I realized both batteries appeared to be already at a 2-bar out of 4-bar charge, and that's out of the box. This is the first time I've plugged it in. I could end the review right now, and I think I will. I'm charging these batteries. They're going to join my inventory of batteries, and that's about all I can ask. And again, for $32 for the 2 batteries and this type of charger, I'm saying it's a good value based on my experience with NP-F series batteries and all my equipment that uses them.
Hi, welcome to my review. You got here a LCD display dual slot charger for NP batteries. This is from JHTC. It's very light, comes with micro USB connection to USB-A. I don't like the micro USB, even if it's more common. I prefer USB-C, but for the price, it's understandable, and you don't get a power brick. So you need to have a power brick of the right voltage, or I have here a multi-port USB charging station. So you get those 2 batteries of a capacity of 2900 milliampere. 2 of those. Going to plug it in. And now let's put battery in slot 1 and the other battery in slot 2 and see the indication of the charging level. I love that. I think that all chargers should have that. So this one has that feature that I was looking for. I'd like to know where is the charging at. That's very important. So the good selling point for this charger and that kit is you get 2 batteries. You get a charger with the LCD display to give you the charge level and the price. The thing I don't like, you don't get a power brick to charge it. You need to have one, but okay, we all have many of those. And you have micro USB and not micro USB-C connection. But for the price, this is excellent to have 2 batteries with a charger with a charge indicator, the level of the charge. So if you need those batteries, you know with what to use them. So this is an example of the many lights I have. So I have a ton of those batteries. Work perfectly fine. I've used it a couple of times, and if I see that they don't work properly or something in the kit, I will update my review. So thank you very much. Have a nice day, and just look at the box that you get. Huh? Do you like the box? Bye! Thank you.